Welcome to the Code Cricket Show, brought to you by Edgell. We're outside the Gabba at the end of day and night 2 of the second test. Australia 6 for 378, leading England by 44. And Craddock, England are on the ropes.
And Dan, I'm furious. It's so disappointing. I mean, this test series has been going for 4 days, and we will know the winner of the Ashes by lunch tomorrow. I mean, I wanted more. In our lifetime, we haven't seen a close Ashes series. Come on, England, surprise me tomorrow. Make a fool of this video. Make us the laughing stock of world videos. Fire up.
Well, if there was one man who seemingly did want to make this a close contest, it was Cameron Green, because he is in the spotlight tonight. Crash. He was out for 45. He batted very nicely to that point, and then backed out of the way to a Yorker on middle stump from Bryden Cass, and triggered a mini collapse from Australia. They lost 3 for 38 from that point. Could have been a lot worse, because we'll get to England's fielding in a moment. They dropped 4 catches tonight and 5 overall for the day. But Cameron Green, there was a lot of hype around him going into... Well, there's always a lot of hype around Cameron Green, a lot of pressure on him going into this series. They dropped Bo Webster, given he was back bowling. It's just not quite clicking yet, is it, Crash?
No, it's not. I mean, his batting average and bowling average in Test cricket are in the mid-30s, and that's so-so, isn't it? You know, it says he's not excelling in either. He's holding his ground, thank you, same to you. But he's not yet the player that Australia thought he was going to be, Dan, and that's the big thing. We had him as this generational talent, the guy that was going to change the world, the future Australian captain, but he's just not there yet. And will he get there? I'm not sure. I'll tell you one thing about him. He is not meant to play unorthodox cricket. He is a textbook sort of player, and this reaching for stuff, it just looked poor.
Yeah, and just, the game awareness. Now, I understand, look, I suppose I'm loath to be that critical of Australia and the shot selection, because ultimately they went at 5 and over. And I think we were standing here last night and thought, oh, there's no way Australia's going to be leading by the end of day 2. And yet they are by 44 runs. And they played very aggressive cricket. Now, in part, though, that was because of how poor England's bowling was, particularly with the new ball. I mean, you have an opening. Joe Root did so well. Jofra Archer bashed 70 odd for the last wicket, and yet they just blew it with the new ball today, didn't they?
They did, and it's lack of fibre. Like, they just didn't have a hardcore preparation. I walked past Stuart Braun in one of the boxes, and he was saying that before each Ashes series he'd had 3 games for Nottinghamshire, you know, and it goes back to all the things we were saying. Remember, Mark Wood had not played a game since February 26. Jofra Archer, only a few tests in the last 4 years, and he hasn't been terrible. But Atkinson hasn't played that much first-class cricket in his career. So this tour's hit him like a ton of bricks, as Ashes tours do. And as well as Joe Root batted yesterday, just keep remembering this. In 4 tours of Australia, he has not been in a winning dressing room. He does not know what it's like to say, boys, great test victory, what are you drinking? Oh, here's the partners. He's still searching for that vibe. Not to win the Ashes, to win a test.
I think they did. The Aussies might have let him into the dressing room after they'd won a test once or twice.
Oh, have they? Yeah.
No, I get your point, Crash. I'm being silly. You touched on the preparation as well, and this is a point which former England captain Michael Vaughan, we spoke to him today, and he made the really important point that, and there was a big talking point, of course, as you remember going into this, following the first test, they didn't go to Canberra. They only sent a few of their reserve players to Canberra. The England Lions played, and they dropped 4 catches under lights with a pink ball. I mean, lo and behold, maybe going to Canberra and playing some pink ball cricket mightn't have been a bad idea when you're trying to get ready to play pink ball cricket, which England don't routinely do. Now, I know they will say they train under lights here at the Gabba and it's different, but there's nothing like a match, and I just think it was a wasted opportunity, and they will never know. We will never know the other universe in which they did go to Canberra and play, but it's not a good look.
No, it's not. And, hey, guess what? All the has-beens are right so far. The has-beens who said you need to put a lot of condition into players, match practice in Australia, get there early. No one is saying you have to do like you used to do an Ashes tours. In 1993, Australia got to England 7 weeks before the first test. No. But you just need a few games. And here's the thing, as Alan Border said, it's okay playing the British Lions, but which British Lion bowler is going to bounce Ben Stokes and rough him up? No one.
No, very, very good point, Crash. From a positive perspective for Australia, though, Jake Weatherald, he looked very much a test calibre opener today. Again, there was some helpful English bowling. They didn't get their line of lengths right, but he punished them, and that's all you can do. Looked very fantastic good on the back foot. He's an outstanding back foot player, cutting, pulling, parrying the ball over the slips cord, and outstanding. Used the bounce to his advantage. A little bit worried about him on the front foot to Jofra Archer when he gets going, but he got 70 on the board by that point. They dropped Travis Head on 3, and I suppose it circles back to what was the big talking point between tests. What is the opening stand going forward, partnership going forward? Is there a way back for Usman Khawaja into this team, or have they just about shut the door on him now, notwithstanding Josh Inglis, who I suppose effectively replaced him, only made 20-odd?
Yeah, I'm not sure that Travis Head, even though he scored 33 today, and Mark Wall made the point, he still likes him down the order. Imagine Travis at number 5 today. There would have been absolute carnage. So that's what you're sacrificing when you do open with him. There is that. So let's just leave the door open a little bit. And yes, it was a nice 77, I think, off 13 overs. Great little opening stand. But let's just get a bit of body of evidence. Maybe Head opens for this series, and then Matt Renshaw comes in.
Yeah.
Head goes down the wicket. Head goes to number 5, and Inglis drops out.
It was actually a very good day for some of Australia's young openers. Sam Constant finally back in the run, made a century for New South Wales, worth noting. Campbell Kellaway had a very good start for Australia A, the young Victorian. And also, remiss not to mention Jai Richardson taking some wickets for Australia A, which could be a portent of things to come later in the series. A little bit worried about Josh Inglis, just his ability to play pace on his stumps.
Yeah.
He was bowled through. It was an ugly dismissal, I must say, tonight. He's under pressure. I mean, he's coming to the side. He's got to prove that he's up to it as a specialist batter. Crash, is there any way back for England tomorrow? What do they need? What do they need to bowl Australia out for tomorrow to win this test?
A deficit of beneath 70, and then put on 350 and bowl Australia out for 240. But we keep saying it, and it is the truth, and you can't escape it. England, this is your only chance. In Adelaide, Cummins will be back, Lyon will be back. Like this is one of this Australian cricket team has 2 keepers in it. It's got 2 very inexperienced members of the attack, test-wise, no spinner. And, this is England. They would have looked at that 11 and thought, if we cannot beat this 11, we're done. And I think they're done. You can't quite put the fork in them. The fork's there, you're holding it up, but it's close.
No, agree, Crash. Anyway, we'll be back here tomorrow to sink our fork into England's carcass, or not, we'll see. But either way, we'll be here.